Hello, I am very happy that you have taken the time to join me in discussing a rather sensitive yet extremely important topic for men's health as we age: the changes in the body and sexual life after 60. This is not an easy subject to bring up, but I believe that being open in conversations like this is essential. If you're feeling a bit shy, don't worry. We are not the only ones facing these changes, and we can absolutely learn how to take care of ourselves to maintain a fulfilling sexual life, even as time passes. As we age, our bodies will undergo many changes. This is natural and unavoidable. However, not everyone understands how these changes occur and how they impact our sexual lives. In this video, I will share the natural changes you might encounter as you cross the threshold of 60, and I will also provide some simple and helpful tips to help you maintain sexual health. Let's explore these interesting topics together. Before we begin, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever wondered how your body will change as you grow older, especially your sexual life? Surely, there are many unanswered questions in your mind. If so, feel free to leave a question or share your thoughts in the comments section. We will discuss and share experiences together. For many people, recognizing the changes in their bodies after the age of 60 is an important step in understanding and accepting aging. One of the most noticeable changes is the loss of skin elasticity and the decline in tissue elasticity, including the tissue in the penis. If you feel that your erection is not as firm as before, or if it takes more time to reach pleasure, this is completely normal. Studies have shown that as we age, the connective tissue in our bodies, including the tissue in the penis, becomes thinner and less elastic. This is due to the decline in collagen production, a crucial factor in maintaining the firmness and durability of tissues. Additionally, another common change is the reduced blood flow to the penis. As we age, blood vessels become less elastic and more prone to blockage. This can make it more difficult to achieve an erection, and it may take longer to reach full rigidity. Poor circulation will directly affect the ability to maintain an erection, and you may notice this change gradually over time. Another factor that many people don't realize is the decrease in sensitivity. As we grow older, the sensitivity of our body, especially in the genital area, gradually diminishes. This is due to the reduced blood flow and the decrease in the number of sensory nerve cells. As a result, you may find that pleasure is not as intense as before. However, this does not mean that your sex life will be worse. There are other ways to improve your sexual experience without relying on the same level of intensity as before. You've probably heard of testosterone, right? This hormone is extremely important for men's sexual health, especially as we age. Testosterone plays a role in maintaining libido, helping the body sustain erections, and even protecting bone and muscle health. However, as we age, the level of testosterone in the body gradually decreases, and this has a significant impact on our sexual life. We begin to notice this change starting in our 40s. A study by the American Endocrine Society shows that testosterone levels decrease by about 1% each year from the age of 30 onward. However, this becomes more noticeable when you cross the age of 60. The decline in testosterone can lead to various problems, such as decreased libido, prolonged fatigue, and even difficulty maintaining an erection. And it doesn't stop there. When testosterone drops, it can also affect one's mental state, making men feel less confident in their sexual life. A real-life example is of a man in the US named Tom, 65 years old, who clearly shows the effects of testosterone deficiency. Tom used to be very active, with a great sex life before hitting his 60s. But recently, Tom has felt less desire and even found it harder to maintain an erection. When he visited his doctor, he had his testosterone levels checked and found that they had dropped significantly. The doctors recommended that he try testosterone replacement therapy to improve his condition, and as a result, Tom felt more confident and his health and sex life improved noticeably. However, testosterone is not the only factor affecting men's sexual ability as they age. Another issue we need to be aware of is arteriosclerosis, also known as the formation of plaques in the arteries. This is the process in which cholesterol and fats gradually accumulate in the arteries, causing them to become clogged and unable to supply sufficient blood to the body, including the penis. When the blood vessels are blocked, the blood flow to the penis decreases, making it more difficult to maintain an erection. This is very common for men over 60, and arteriosclerosis may be the main cause of difficulty in maintaining an erection. If this condition is not addressed and treated in time, it can lead to serious cardiovascular problems such as angina, stroke, or even a heart attack. A typical example is the case of David, 67 years old, from New York. David had not paid attention to excess fat in his body and had suffered from high cholesterol for many years. When he started having trouble maintaining an erection, he went to see a doctor and was diagnosed with arteriosclerosis. This condition reduced the blood flow to his penis, affecting his sexual health. After he began changing his diet and implementing treatments for his cardiovascular issues, David's condition improved, allowing him to maintain his sexual health as before. Thus, testosterone and the formation of plaques in the arteries are two important factors that cause changes in men's sexual lives as they age. However, what is important is what we can do to improve and maintain our sexual health. Stay tuned, because in the upcoming sections, I will share with you helpful advice to overcome these changes and continue enjoying a fulfilling sexual life. Although aging brings inevitable changes in the body and sexual life, don't worry. Not all changes are negative. In fact, there are many simple yet highly effective ways for you to maintain a fulfilling sex life, even as age alters part of your body. One of the first important steps I want to share with you is to have an open conversation with your partner. Don't hesitate to share your feelings. Although it may feel a bit awkward at first, an honest and open conversation with your partner can create a deeper connection and improve the quality of your sexual life. When you share your emotions and concerns, you will feel relieved, and this will help increase understanding between both of you. The feeling of being heard and understood will bring both of you closer together, and this is the foundation for building a more fulfilling sex life, no matter what age you are. In addition to sharing feelings, a healthy diet also plays an equally important role in maintaining sexual health. A healthy diet can support blood circulation and improve cardiovascular health, which in turn helps maintain erectile function and overall sexual health. Foods rich in antioxidants, such as dark leafy greens, avocados, nuts, and salmon, are excellent for your health. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and some nuts like chia seeds, can reduce inflammation and improve blood circulation, which is extremely important for maintaining sexual health. Finally, a key element is regular exercise. You don't need to over-exercise, but just establishing a simple exercise routine like walking every day will bring great benefits to your cardiovascular and sexual health. Just 30 minutes of walking each day can improve blood circulation, reduce stress, and help you maintain your erectile function. If you haven't started this habit, try taking a light walk around your neighborhood every morning or evening. It's a simple step, but it has a big impact on your health. A typical example is Mr. James, 68 years old, who started walking every day after his doctor recommended it to improve his health. After a few weeks, he felt his body becoming stronger, with more energy, and his sex life also improved. He noticed that when the cardiovascular system is healthy and blood circulation is good, everything in the body, including sexual function, works better. With simple changes like having an open conversation with your partner, maintaining a healthy diet, and exercising regularly, you can still enjoy a fulfilling sex life full of joy even after reaching the age of 60. In the next part of the video, we will explore how to shift your perspective on sex and attraction as you grow older. You will learn how to maintain a profound, intimate, and meaningful sex life without being affected by age. We often think of sex as something tied to youth, physical strength, and robust abilities. However, as you age, your sexual relationship doesn't need to be limited by those factors. In fact, as we mature, we learn that sex is not simply about the number of encounters or physical stamina. Instead, the quality of a sexual life is determined more by emotional connection, understanding, and love between the two people. By the time you are 60, you may begin to realize that factors like emotions and intimacy are what make sex richer and more meaningful. For example, instead of focusing solely on the final result, you begin to value sharing intimate moments, tender gestures, and loving words. This creates closeness that, when you were younger, you may not have fully appreciated. A study from the University of California found that older couples tend to experience a higher quality of sex life when they have a deep emotional connection. In fact, these couples feel satisfaction not just from their bodies, but from having built understanding and mutual respect. When they no longer focus on physical aspects like erectile function or endurance, they start to enjoy closeness from hugs, kisses, or simply holding hands with love. We should also recognize that as we age, attraction is not just about appearance, but also about inner qualities. Sex after 60 can bring profound moments where you and your partner share true emotions and understanding, something that may have been overlooked before due to the fast pace of life. Perhaps this becomes clearer in a story I'd like to share. A friend of mine, Mr. Henry, 70 years old, once thought that he was no longer attractive and worried that sex would no longer matter when his body wasn't as agile as before. However, he shared that over time, he and his wife had built a connection that wasn't just physical, but also emotional. They took care of each other, talked, and shared deeper thoughts. Henry realized that sex wasn't just about the physical, it was about the spiritual connection between two people. While he and his wife were no longer as active as when they were young, the quality of their relationship had increased many times over, making them feel happier and more fulfilled than ever. So, what makes sex after 60 special? It's the maturity in the relationship. You don't have to chase after society's standards of perfect sex. Instead, you should seek satisfaction in those moments of intimacy, loving gestures, and in the deep understanding between you and your partner. This not only brings happiness to your sex life, but also strengthens your relationship, making it more enduring over time. So, what can you do to continue enjoying a fulfilling sex life after 60? One important piece of advice that experts always emphasize is to keep learning and adapting to the changes in your body and life. Don't see age as a barrier, but as an opportunity to rediscover deeper values in your relationship. In fact, many older adults in the US have found new satisfaction in their sex lives after changing their perspective on it. They no longer just seek physical pleasure, but also find closeness and love in every moment together. Remember, attraction doesn't always come from what you see on the surface, but from the respect and connection you build with your partner. In addition, experts also recommend that maintaining a healthy lifestyle is crucial for sexual health. Simple actions like keeping the body healthy and active not only benefit overall health, but also help improve sexual function. Regardless of age, a healthy body always has a better chance of maintaining libido and erectile function. Sexual health experts encourage older men to maintain a nutrient-rich diet, supplemented with the necessary vitamins and minerals. Foods like berries, blueberries, strawberries, and leafy greens like kale and broccoli are effective in boosting blood circulation and reducing inflammation, which is very beneficial for sexual function. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish, chia seeds, and walnuts can also help reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases and maintain the health of blood vessels, improving blood flow to the penis and, in turn, enhancing erectile function. Moreover, we cannot overlook the role of psychology in maintaining a fulfilling sex life. Reducing stress and anxiety can significantly improve the quality of sexual life. When you feel relaxed and not burdened by work or other problems, your body will respond more readily to sexual stimuli. One simple way to reduce stress is practicing deep breathing exercises, meditation, or even gentle massages. These habits not only help you relax, but also support overall health and sexual health. Another couple I met, Mr. Robert and Mrs. Linda, used meditation to improve the quality of their sex life. Every morning, they practiced meditation together for 10 minutes, helping their minds relax and reduce stress. This not only made them feel more positive about life, but also allowed them to connect on a deeper level in every aspect of life, including their sex life. Sometimes, all it takes is a small change in daily routines. a little self-care, and listening to each other to maintain and even enhance your sex life. Don't let age make you feel insecure or that you can no longer enjoy sex as you once did. Sex after 60 is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter where you and your partner can rediscover intimate and loving moments in ways you may never have imagined before. As we age, one of the things society often encourages is accepting the changes in our bodies. But that doesn't mean we have to neglect an important part of life, our sex life. On the contrary, aging can be an opportunity for you and your partner to rediscover intimate and profound moments with deeper understanding and love. As I've shared, age can bring changes to the body, but that doesn't mean you have to give up on joy and fulfillment in sex. Understanding, emotional connection, healthy eating, exercise, and self-care all play vital roles in maintaining sexual health. This helps you not only maintain romance, but also ensures that both you and your partner feel happier and more confident in your relationship. One of the most important things I want you to remember is, don't let age make you feel insecure about your sexual abilities. Aging is not the end of exciting moments in your sex life, but an opportunity for you and your partner to forge deeper spiritual and emotional connections. When you and your partner share understanding and love, you'll realize that fulfillment and happiness are no longer just about physicality, but about closeness, emotions, and the memories you build together. Remember, sex after 60 is not something impossible or unimportant. It's a time for you and your partner to rediscover new and richer aspects of love. Satisfaction doesn't just come from physicality, but from the connection, sharing, and empathy that both of you offer each other. These things can make your sex life deeper and more meaningful than ever before. So, in these later years, continue to take care of yourself, maintain a healthy diet, engage in physical activity, and never stop learning about how to maintain and improve your sex life. Never forget that romance and joy in relationships are never too late to cultivate. Share your thoughts and desires with your partner. Create precious moments and remember that aging is just part of life, and you can fully enjoy it. Thank you for watching this video. If you found my advice and sharing helpful, don't forget to like and share it with your loved ones. Leave a question or comment below, and I would be happy to chat with you. Remember, a fulfilling sex life is not a goal, but a journey you and your partner embark on with love and understanding.